Yo, what's up everyone? I have a cool video for you today. I'm going to be doing a react/analysis of this amazing video that I found called The One-Armed Drummer Plays Duality by Slipknot. I've got to say, I am blown away by this guy. I don't know if you've seen the video. You should definitely check out the original. There's a link below. Hopefully something will pop up on screen now. It's incredible, man. So this guy has literally lost an arm in a workplace accident, and he's gone ahead and gotten back on the drums. Now, I don't know if you know anything about me and my whole story and how I kind of managed to get back into doing stuff like Monuments after having hip surgery and a massive shoulder tear and stuff. You can check out this video. The link's up here somewhere if you want to see my injury history, which is linked into my MIDI keyboard drum tutorial video. So just the first 8 minutes of that. That'll do you well. So yeah, without further ado, let's just watch this together and we'll just see how it goes.
Hey everyone, my name is Jack Thomas, and I've been drumming and playing music basically my entire life. As well as bass guitar, music is everything that I am. About 5 years ago, I was involved in a tragic workplace accident that unfortunately resulted in the loss of my right arm. And for a brief moment, I thought I'd never be able to play drums again.
I mean, that alone is insane. Like, great edit as well, the fact that, like, you know, it starts off, you know, you don't even realize the guy's lost an arm. The fact he's gotten back on the kit, not only that, but, you know, he's playing fucking Duality. You know, it's not exactly anything. Straight off the bat, I can see some really cool stuff. Obviously, he's got his whole cymbal array over on the left, everything close, because he's lost his right arm. So for what it's worth, I'm going to try and reproduce some of the parts that he's doing, but only with one hand, just to kind of have a look and see just how messed up it is. Because there's a few things in here that are kind of crazy, you know, how to keep the decay going when you can't hit two things at once. Like, that's a big issue. So yeah, let's just see some of the playing. I mean, this is great already because he's like got an EMAD on the on that tom, which is going to give it a nice, thick, powerful sound, but it's going to replicate a bass drum more. So I reckon if he does start to do fills like, you know, like if he starts to do fills like that, then it's going to sound more like a kick than, because, you know, those EMADs are awesome. And hats off to him for using Evans as well. That's awesome. But yeah, like, that's a cool part, you know, it does everything it needs to. There's no need for two hands, of course. You can't get a stereo wash of cymbals on an accent. To be honest, no mix engineer is really going to struggle with that. Like, cymbals don't have to happen all over the place at once, you know, for it to sound good. Yes, I love that sound myself, hit both at once, but, you know. I mean, if I could stop for a second, that already, like getting that much power out of 3 singles, that's hard, man. You know, really hard. He got the little accent hits as well. Okay, so like, yeah, the main thing that he'll never be able to recreate with this is the sound of, like getting the cymbal and the snare together. But it's amazing how like little it matters because he's kind of going for the accents around, like, it's pretty impressive how much decay he's keeping the character there. His crash does decay quite quickly, so it kind of accentuates the difficulty of having to rely on the crashes, sustain and decay to carry over while you hit the snare. So I think that, I don't know if that cymbal particularly has like less powerful sustain to it, or if it's just the way it's mixed, but I reckon he could circumvent that a little bit more. Not that I'm like trying to tell him how he could do it better. The fact that he's doing it all is incredible. I'm just sort of analyzing it as I go. Man. That's so hard. That is so hard. Especially that. Oh, obviously he's doing that all. But like, I really don't think like whether it was the right or the left that was the one. It's obviously the fact that he's only got his left arm that everything is there. But like, it's incredible how much he's flying around there, and look how comfortable he looks as well. What was that? That was sick. And it's clean, man. Like, you saw that, right? You saw how clean that came out there. Or how many kicks did he even do there? Damn. Dude, the fact he's getting ghost notes in there. Like, that's mad, you know, just having to get that down. But it's so clean. Like, dude, my arm is like cramping and spasming trying to do that. That's mad. Dude, that was mad. These tricks, like, okay, yes, I'm like doing them like after watching him and like in once, but the stamina of keeping the whole song going at the same time, and then, you know, this next section, I think. Like, try that at home and tell me that isn't really. Did he just hit the floor tom as well? Like, you know. No. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm so impressed by his willingness. I'm so impressed by the way he's going about this. Hang on a minute, did he just go? He just did a... Like, that's mad. He literally does in a double stroke. Like, holy crap. That is not easy to do cleanly at all. That's really difficult. Let's just watch that again. The facial expression. The guy is working his ass off to make this work. Like, hats off. I'm so impressed. Again, those ghost notes, man. Incredible. And especially if it was on the left hand. Assuming he was a righty and had to become a lefty, like, double as hard, because you're just not used to leading on that hand and doing both. I had a feeling that Phil would pop up at some point. Because it makes total sense. It's the best use of limbs. He doesn't have to move much in between. Look at his posture as well, man. Rock solid core. Incredible. Oh, that was cheeky. I mean, it's all on the equivalent of the other side. You know, like so many little details thrown in that, like, you can just tell how much he cares, you know? Dude, jumping around, up and down. Nice. He's got that doubles moving across the toms. Dude, that's mad. That is so hard. Dude, hang on. I've got to try that, man. That is so difficult. It's like just having to think about everything with one limb. It's so, I mean, so against the normal motion and construction of drums. I'd really be curious to find out how long it took him to play like this again. Like, all I've got is insane. 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 Dude. So hard to hear how inconsistent my snare hits are as well. Again, it's all well and good me doing it in isolation, but after you've just gone... Oh, whatever he was doing. Oh, man. That smile, you can tell that means everything. The fact that he's like, yes, I nailed that. You see a smile like that on the drummer as they're doing it. I got goosebumps watching this guy. I'm like close to tears because you could just tell how hard that section was for him to nail. And like, dude, overcoming that frustration. I know I'm just going on and on about it, but like, wow. So clean, holy. Whoa! Yo! After, again, all that smashing. That's, dude, beast face right there. All I've got is insane. All I've got is insane. Yes, dude. I am just blown away, man.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my cover of Duality by Slipknot. Like I said earlier, about 5 years ago, I was involved in a workplace accident that unfortunately resulted in the loss of my right arm. I was working on a conveyor belt that tripped out, and before I even had a chance to fight for myself, my arm was severed. I had to go outside and get myself some help, which is where I was told that, "I'm sorry buddy, but your arm is gone." Hearing those words as a human being is not something you know how to react to. We're supposed
like I can't compare anything I've been like, obviously, like, you know, having injuries and surgeries or whatever, you know, it being a gradual thing, but like that sudden moment.
We're supposed to get through our life with all of our limbs. Now, being a drummer, that's kind of career ending. You kind of need all the limbs you have to play the instrument that you play. Now, I throw into the mix that I was only 17 years old, and everything I'd worked towards my entire life to that very moment was with the goal and passion and love of music. That was it. I felt like my life was over. Only for about 4 minutes. Because at that point I realized I could let this overcome me, or I can do whatever I can to overcome it.
Man, 4 minutes? Like some people that would take years. I mean, for me with my hip stuff, it took years. You know, I was like, I'd lost all my confidence. I was like, that's it, you know.
And come out of it as successful as I possibly can. So right there, right then, I was patting on my chest, trying to figure out the songs that were playing in my head, and I knew that I could do this. We all go through hardships. We all go through the thing that is the worst thing that's ever happened to us. For me, it was losing a limb. But regardless, everybody has their struggles, whether it be financial, work, even relationships, whatever it might be. we all have those frustrations and struggles.
True.
So my challenge to you is to take those frustrations and struggles and do the best you can to turn them into a challenge, something that you can overcome. If I can play Duality by Slipknot with just one hand, what's your excuse? I really hope you all enjoyed the video.
I mean, like, you know, I don't know if it's a lost in translation thing, and I don't want to be harsh, but like, you know, taking the time to get over something that is a difficulty. I mean, like, you know, everyone can relate to how Corona has like mashed everyone's lives up into little bean paste and, you know, screwed everything right up. And like, I'm careful. I'd be more careful with using like the word excuse, because it's not, you know, dealing with those things and taking time to work through things like that. There's no excuse in that, you know. However, I do see what he's saying. Like, you know, if he can do that, imagine what you can do. I just think that anyone who's going through those struggles, you know, and sees this, I mean, even myself, you know, like had it been, you know, in that moment where I wasn't doing it, this video would have given me all the punch in the ass I needed, you know, to do some of those workarounds that I had to do, like, you know, keyboard drumming, because my legs just didn't work properly. I couldn't just go ahead and use kick drums, so I had to do everything on that. And then that aching because the shoulder hurt. So that's where like my whole ergonomics had to be like nailed. And that's why everything's kind of set where it is, because I had to work out that perfect point for where I'm not irritating my own joints and stuff. And it's an ongoing thing. You know, it'll never stop. It's a constant. You know, I may look perfectly healthy, but like, you know, I still have like oversized, you know, things in my joints that like I'm prone to injury like any time because of the hypermobility and everything. I guess everyone is prone to it in some way, but man, hats off to you, my friend. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope to do more of these kinds of videos in the future where you see something really amazing that you like deserves that deconstruction and that light. Please, if you see anything like that, do pop it in the comments. I will keep looking. I'm always looking at everything that you're sharing with me, you know, either that or on my socials on Facebook, on Insta or whatever, you know, just show me this kind of stuff, because I'd love to give a platform for more of these players, you know, help to get these people seen, and also just share insights, commonalities, you know, keep the good vibes going for sure. So do share that stuff with me. And yeah, if you've liked what I've done, then please consider dropping a like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm always releasing content every week. I did have a week off last week because life just got a bit busy, work and stuff, but so sometimes that happens. But otherwise, it's always every Friday, 5 p.m. BST. There's also a Discord that you can have a look at. It's where I'm hanging out with a lot of people. I have a lot of gear discussions, drummers chat in there, people show their work. We also show off what we're cooking. You know, we kind of got like a Foodstagram thing going on there, DIY fixes, bodges. It's a really supportive community, and we'd love you to be part of it. It's really fun and really supportive. Great group of people. So yeah, shout out to everyone who's been hanging out in there, and yeah, and also on the Twitch, everyone who's hanging out on the Twitch twice a week. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and take care, be well, and yeah, go smash those boundaries, everyone. You got this. Ciao.